voice.
Drunken pop, we're diving deep. The memories we swore to keep. Unfiltered tales that'll make you leap. Into your past we boldly leap. Timothy speaks of games and dreams, old cartoons and backyard schemes. Nostalgia hit like a mighty wave. In this show, we misbehave. Double days with pockets full, bringing tales that always pull. Step heads, cackles with a glance, unleashing legends from our trance.
Pow! 20
Whoa!
years, 20 years ago today.
Who's one on
Who
the
is
left?
that?
My cousin.
I thought I lived in Kentucky. Wait a minute.
We were at a karaoke bar.
I'm sure you were.
Or that might have been, we were at Coyote Ugly, actually.
Where did she work there?
No, my ex-wife did.
Oh, you were there with
Was it your
Out there
cousin?
with a whole bunch of people. My cousin, I think.
northern. The further north you go in Florida, the more southern it gets. So
That's absolutely
that
correct.
checks out.
You
I was
fucking
in
smart
Tampa,
people.
so that's southern Florida.
Same thing.
What are we doing?
Pow!
I didn't nail my cousin. That's gross.
Step in. Why are you dressed like The Rock?
Who?
Your turtleneck and
Who?
you.
He's wearing a hoodie.
Look like a black turtleneck. Why is
Huh.
it silk? Who the fuck wears a silk hoodie?
And
It's
why
not
are you a
silk.
wizard?
It's it's wizard. It's
It is. It's a wizard.
it's like one of those summer long sleeve boating shirts.
What?
Yeah.
It's a swim shirt with a hoodie on it.
Fucking rich people.
I was. You don't have a swim shirt?
No.
I have a swim
Tim
shirt.
cuts all the sleeves off his shirt like a fucking
Exactly. I have
garbage
no
man.
sleeves. And
I will-
I shave myself, so I don't need a fucking shirt.
I know you guys did the Square Circle Expo review without me, but Timmy did have sleeves on the whole weekend.
No. Not when
there's
I
that.
ordered $100 in White Castle. I didn't.
Oh yeah, I was already passed out for that. That's gross.
By the way, still eating them.
This is also disgusting.
Ew.
Those
You can
suitcases.
eat
are
3-week-old White
airtight.
Castle.
Huh?
How you gonna eat 3-week-old White Castle?
Yeah, I put them in the freezer.
froze it.
Considering fresh White Castle is shit.
That's also true.
Shut your damn mouth.
It is shit.
It
White
is
Castle is
shit.
disgusting.
You're
They have onions in their burgers. Onions cause COVID.
pretty sure that's not true.
Fact check me.
No.
Like
Google
right now.
Hey Siri, do onions cause COVID?
Hey, at Grok, tell me about life because I can't read things. Hello, welcome to Drunken Pop, the show where we do exactly what the title infers.
I don't know. It actually says onions can cause COVID. Weird.
It did not say that.
It did. It said onions
Listen.
and COVID.
Everyone eat your required amount of produce. You're not going to get COVID from it.
You will if it's onions.
Is that true?
It is. Google
I'm
it.
your host. I Google it again. Do it again.
Look it up.
Google again. My name is TJ Stevens. And
What's
here
up,
my
Devin?
fellow drunken historians, Dave and the HSVs here.
Q's or RC. He's an RC car person now. Rocket
Remote
City.
Control. Rocket City.
Timmy C's here too.
Who
Is that tonight, Darren? The Academy of Country Music Awards?
No, because I don't.
is Ronnie Millsap there?
Yes.
Timmy
Yeah.
is brilliant, actually.
That's
Correct.
Winona Ryder.
That's why all of Darren Staley's comments are null and void. Who says
Incorrect.
that?
He has some of the best Ronnie Millsap jokes that have ever been made.
Well, low bar.
I don't even know who
Who's
that
this-
is.
Exactly. I know Paul Millsap, former Utah Jazz legend.
I know Carl Millsap. He was my neighbor.
Nice. I've never met
Both
a
Ronnie's
Millsap in my life.
cousins.
Please remember to
Neither of
subscribe.
them blind.
Shut up. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube show, our YouTube channel, 2 Shows, 1 Cup. Like and comment on all of our shows. We'll be having some interactive experiences.
Click the link
you.
right here.
That's not a link. That's
Good
a-
job. It's a QR code.
a
It will
QR
take
code.
you to a link,
Yes.
not the one.
Take a
from Zelda.
picture of the QR code. Let's try that again. Take a picture of the QR code right here.
There you go. That's it. This is our YouTube, by the way. This is the YouTube link.
You can't take a picture of that though. It won't do anything.
I mean,
for
you can. It just won't do anything for you, but it can help you remember what it is.
Winona Ryder singing right now.
That's weird. Are you sure it's not Winona Judd?
I don't think it's Winona Ryder.
Oh, who's that?
She's busy stealing things from people's seats.
Oh,
No,
that's
she
the
doesn't do it
hot
anymore.
chick from
Beetlejuice. She's
Winona
doing this for me.
Winona is not the hot chick. She very much drives a Subaru. I'm pretty sure.
Winona Ryder.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, Winona Judd.
I'm talking about Winona Ryder. She's got great warlocks.
She's got great what? No, she
Warlock?
does not. She's part of the itty bitty titty committee.
They're great.
They're not great. They look like mosquito bites.
7 minutes and we can't get to the intro.
Ronnie
Winona-
Millsap has bigger tits.
Ryder boobs.
That's a Ronnie Millsap issue, I believe. Diabetes.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Also,
So
remember to
what's
follow
he
us
gonna do,
on
run
X.
somewhere you can't see.
Yes. Also, remember to follow us on X at, you ever heard of a treadmill? Drunken_pop. And on Instagram at drunkenpop1. We would also be remiss if we didn't tell you about our Patreon network. Follow that on X at RamSportsNet for all things professional wrestling, sports, gambling. I mean, they look Subaru. That's a Ranger.
I really thought that was a bunch of dildos on the left and right hand side.
No, it's elf makeup.
Look at those. They're nice.
She's squeezing them so hard they're gonna bust her chin.
That's
I'd
fine.
motorboat them just like.
Where is she? She's still in the house? We cover
Yeah,
all
Ryan's
things like
singing.
You want some merch?
the moon.
Take a picture of that.
in the dark.
Motherfucker, it's going to take us an hour to get through
I
this
hope
intro.
that doesn't come up a picture of Brian Knobbs' butthole.
That's our merch store.
Oh,
James Quello's not on our team anymore, so that shouldn't happen ever again.
oh.
For all things professional wrestling, sports, gambling, things of the like. Speaking of which, Timmy, we haven't done this in a while, as I'm sure everyone's noticed. How much is the Patreon? And they get $1,
$1.
and that's American, by the way, $1 American.
What
And
channel is this on? I got to see Leanne Ryan.
Or
see through.
19 pesos, depending on where you're at.
That's
Where's
a,
he going?
but what all can you see? What else?
You can get
entire dollar.
the Academy of Country Music Awards. Football is getting paid with Tim and Dave coming in the fall. By the way, schedule release coming up soon. Waiting for that Bengals and Madrid game against the Dolphins. You will not see me for that week.
The Bears are
Wrestling with
playing in
commercials.
Cincinnati.
You will get our sister/brother show, Talking Wrestling with Pondwater Dave and Amy, along with a ton of bonus content, including Airs the New Generation, World Class Flashback, which is by far, nice RoboCop reference, the best show on the network. Power of the Pen, Hard Times and Beyond, the CWA retrospective ringside replay. That's a lot of R's.
How are you going to do
Wrestling
that?
from the Rose City, and more.
How are you just going to shit on every other show except yours because you're on
I
it?
didn't. I just said mine was the best.
Now yours is half stupid.
That's what I just said.
That's
Well,
because
I'm
your
sorry. The Pondwater
your
side
half
is
that's
half
stupid.
I apologize.
I,
By
don't,
the
I
way,
think,
newfound celebrity by Pondwater Dave.
Yeah, he just got asked for his autograph.
He's getting mauled at a minor league baseball game. But I would say Era's New Generation.
I'm pretty sure it's a high school baseball game.
Era's
No, he
New
said it was his
Generation's
minor league.
pretty fantastic because me and Dave was on that one. Dave in the
Mm,
RC.
It was better when it had the
On the
chick on.
pontoon.
Megan, she's going to come back at some point.
Okay,
She'll probably replace me because
because she's better looking and
better at
That
this.
girl's got an old neck.
What?
Who?
Do not talk about Megan like that. That's rude.
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
I'm talking about the brown haired girl from Little Big Town. Don't they sing Pontoon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do. In
She's
Boondocks.
got a wrinkly neck.
and well, they do a really good rendition of the chain too.
Did you guys notice that when they comment on YouTube, the font's different?
No, I changed
That's-
the font, dummy.
The
Oh,
chain.
okay.
Oh, don't you know? That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Gay.
As a-
I don't even know
on
what to do with that sentence. There's so
I
many
don't
things
either.
happening.
And all right, anyway,
Where do we
games?
go from here?
Step into the past with your game face on. Box score trivia where legends are born. Who scored the goals and who made the play? Get ready to guess every single day. Box score trivia, bringing the heat from the courts and fields to every athlete's feet. Test your knowledge and show you the best in this game of history. There's no time to rest.
So I have to share this because this is hilarious. So I had to get a notebook.
I doubt it's
Because
hilarious.
I ran hold on, because I ran a printer paper for Dave's game, and it's my old podcast notebook from like 2012. And I wish I could know what this was referenced to, because the show is called Storyline Wrap Up. We're going to talk about basic rundown of WWE storylines, and number 2, Rusev versus African Americans. Why did I write that?
because he was probably a jobber and you didn't know his name.
Rusev?
Yes, Rusev.
He meant the African American.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why did I
thank
say he
you.
was facing all African Americans? Is my point.
All of them? That would be a fight.
I said Rusev versus African Americans. Which part did you?
So,
not
all right.
get
So, forget this 100 people versus a gorilla thing. How would Rusev fare against every African American?
Not well.
Yeah, I don't.
Nah, he's
mean-
gonna lose at some point.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley's going to come in and it'll be over. All right, 2005. We are covering October 2005 today, which means it's the beginning of foosball season.
Hey, I know a lot about this season.
2005.
So that's where we'll go. NFL touchdown passing leaders
Carson Palmer.
led the league with 32,
Peyton
Manning.
Manning,
second with 28,
Tom Brady.
third with 26.
Oh, shit.
You guys just going down the list.
Drew Brees.
Fourth, tied for fourth with 24.
2005.
If you get the next two in order, we're just moving on because you're cheating.
Give us some
Uh,
teams.
Carolina, Seattle.
Kerry Collins.
No, the New York Giants.
Matt
Actually,
Hasselbeck.
Kerry Collins is on here, but he's tied for 10th with 20. Matt Hasselbeck tied for fourth with 24.
Wait, 2005. That'd be Jake Delhomme.
Jake Delhomme.
Jake Delhomme
Delhomme.
tied for fourth with 24. So we got the Giants, Dallas,
Eli Manning.
tied for fourth with 24. Dallas, Washington, and Green Bay.
Dallas.
Green Bay.
2005.
Aaron Rodgers. Jesus
No.
Christ.
Brett Favre.
2005. Brett Favre tied for 10th with 20.
Dallas.
You got Dallas and Washington left.
Tony Romo. Who
Mm.
the hell was before him? Was Aikman
Bledsoe.
around?
Drew Bledsoe tied for 8th with 23.
Where was he at?
Dallas,
He played for Dallas?
you don't remember
Who's
that?
left
Washington.
in 2005?
Yes, he was a lefty.
RG3.
He was
A lefty?
Yeah.
Brunell.
Mark Brunell, 23.
Mike Vick.
You got all of them. Never played for
He
Washington.
never played for Washington.
He was a
Stupid.
lefty.
He was. You got that
This
part
is
right.
true.
Let's go to rushing yards. Look at this guy.
Rudy Johnson.
Aikman. What are we doing? Rudy Johnson, 7th, 1,450.
Edgerrin James.
Oh, that's a
5th,
good one.
1,506.
Corey
I'm drawing a
Dillon. I
blank.
think with the Patriots.
No.
Corey Dillon.
The law firm, Ben Jarvis. LLC.
Sean Alexander.
Led the league with 1,880. There are no
Boone
Patriots
County,
on this
Kentucky's
list.
finest, Sean Alexander.
How about Florida State Seminole legend Wark Dunn?
8th, 1,416.
Shit.
Peter Work.
Wrong position.
He could have ran.
He could have. He didn't.
Clinton Portis.
Fourth, 1,516.
LT.
Sixth,
Lawrence Taylor?
1,462. Darren Staley, it's 2005. Get with the program.
Give us some teams.
The New York Giants, Kansas City.
Tiki Barber.
Tiki Barber. Kansas City would have been.
Tiki Barber second,
Christian Okoye.
1,160. No, still no.
2005 would have been Larry
Larry Johnson.
Johnson.
Grandmama, 1,750.
No,
You
wrong
got
Larry Johnson.
Larry
it's the right
Grandmama was the basketball player. Stupid.
no, it's the right one. You got Chicago
They
and
both
Buffalo
play
left.
UNLV, so
Chicago and Buffalo.
Yep.
Chicago.
Chicago.
I would like to remind
They had
everyone
a
this is
running
the
back?
year the Bears made it to the Super Bowl this season.
Yeah, they're terrible still.
And then Rex
Kyle
Grossman forgot what team he played for. Say Kyle Orton. He's whiter than I am. There's no way he's on the rushing yards list.
Who did the Bears have? I don't even remember.
He's number 20.
In your programs, number one in your heart.
Correct. And the Buffalo running back was number 23.
I feel like I can see him, but
I think he played for Denver, but I won't swear to that. The Bears running back went on to play for the Jets and the Chiefs, I think, for a season. And it's
Christian Okoye.
you got it. Nailed it. In 05.
I don't know. Give it to us.
Thomas Jones and Willis McGahee.
Miami,
your last
Willis
two.
McGahee.
Miami University legend Willis McGahee.
Receiving yards, go.
Marvin
Chad
Harris.
Johnson.
Chad Johnson, third, 1,432.
Marvin
Would you
Harris.
say 10th, 1,146.
Torrey Holt.
Sixth, 1,331.
Was Isaac Bruce still hanging around?
He was, but not on this list.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Fourth, 1,409.
What about Anquan Bolden?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Fifth, 1,402. He got outpaced by 7 yards.
Any Buccaneers on this list?
No.
Yes.
Joey Galloway.
Seventh, 1,287.
Who's the jack off that shot himself in the leg?
Oh,
Good job.
Plaxico Burris.
Ninth, 1,214.
He was
Free
probably
shooting.
a fucking Pittsburgh Steeler here.
Yeah, he's a
Heinz
New York Giant.
Ward.
No. No
Good.
Steelers.
Good.
Who did we
fuck.
miss? Give us some teams.
Carolina, Washington.
Oh, Steve Smith Jr. or Senior.
Steve Smith Sr., 1,563. You got Washington and Green Bay left.
Donald Driver.
Eighth, 1,221. Just the
Washington.
number two receiver from Washington. I'll give you a hint.
It ain't Randy Moss.
Correct.
That's the hint.
Yes.
Santana Moss.
Santana Moss, second, 1,483.
Are they even related?
They
They're
are, I
cousins.
think. Yeah. I think they are. Actually, I think they are cousins.
Are they really? I'm Googling
I
it.
think so. While Dave's Googling that, you know,
While
we're
you're
going.
Googling that, see if onions cause COVID.
We're going to do sacks to end the game. Quite a few.
They
good
are
ones
not
on here.
related.
That's a shame.
What are we doing next? Sacks?
Yep.
Simeon Rice.
Third, 14. No Bengals.
Jason
Just go ahead.
Pierre-Paul.
Jason, old JPP. No, there is
And
someone
not in
with three names.
2005.
Strahan.
He didn't start till like 2012.
Strahan tied for 7th, 11 and a half. There is someone else with 3 names on this list, but he's white and he played for Tennessee.
Antoine Randall L.
Frank Wycheck.
Is a tight end. What are you guys doing right now? Peter, Paul, and Mary, says Darren State.
Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor tied for 5th with 12.
Any white guys on this list?
There's a few. I think one of them's got
Who's the guy from the Colts?
Jared Allen.
tied for 9th with 11.
That's the only
Tied
white
for
guy I
9th.
got.
Tied for 9th with the guy from the
Colts.
Colts.
Dwight Freeney.
Dwight
There
Freeney
you go.
with 11. There's another guy from the Colts on here too.
Um,
God, let's do this. The Colts, Buffalo, the Giants in Oakland. The league leaders from Oakland, you are not going to get him.
Michael Strahan.
We already
Warren
said that.
Sapp.
Oh.
No. Sean Jones agrees with me. No one's getting number one. I would agree with that. I wouldn't have got it.
New York Giants. Who else was with Strahan?
Number
He had
70
that weird name. What's shit?
Number 72.
Humanura.
OZ
O.C. Umanora.
What did you say? Harmonica? 14 and a half. OZ Manera. Quinceanera. You had
Who's number one?
Oakland, Tennessee, Buffalo, Indianapolis to go.
The Freak. Javon Curse.
No.
Oh.
He's a running back, but Tim Biaka Batuka is a solid one. It's a good name.
That's a good name. I like it. It's almost as good as Christian Okoye.
Or what was the guy from the Steelers? Matu Malafala.
Sanders. Bob Sanders.
Nope. The safety.
I know.
No,
He played
There's
tight to the line, though.
there's no defensive backs on this list, to the surprise of no one.
Troy Polamalu, no. No Troy Polamalu.
Lionel Richie at the Country Music Awards.
He's country now.
Really?
All right, give us the list. We ain't getting it.
Here you go. The ones you missed. Tied for 7th, Robert Mathis. Tied for 5th, Aaron Schobel of the Buffalo Bills.
Who?
4th, Kyle Vandenbosch of the Tennessee Titans. And your league leader of the Oakland Raiders with 16 sacks, Derek Burgess.
What was the three names?
Kyle
Kyle
Vandenbosch.
No, Vandenbosch is one word.
No, there's a space.
There's not.
There is.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it. While you're
at it, Google if onions cause COVID.
Maybe they prevent COVID.
So
They scare it away, like if you hang garlic above your door or whatever.
That means it's my turn.
Hollywood secrets in the air. Everyone will play their share. Dave's Face is the name. Movie trivia is the game.
I still haven't seen Godfather, so that shit's got to come off. We need new.
By the way,
or
according
maybe
to
you should fucking get some culture. How about that?
according to the National Onion Association, it's a real thing. I'm not shitting you.
No.
Their website is onions/usa.org. Many studies have linked onion consumption with increased immunity, but the strain COVID-19 is so new that there have been no studies specific to onions.
That was from 2019. That doesn't count.
They didn't know what COVID-19 was.
You
yet.
go to onions.uk.org.
Shit causes COVID. I told you. Here we go. 5 movies this week. Not a good month for movies.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait.
But the first one nailed it. With a budget of $4 million.
How many movies you got?
5.
We
Okay.
could have
Always.
made this movie.
With a budget of $4 million. Movie number A grossed $152.9 million at the box office.
Crushing it.
This is an American horror film.
Horror?
Horror film.
It's American horror film.
American horror film.
Showgirls.
You just said the
Zombies.
title. You just said the title.
Showgirls Zombies.
I don't want to watch that.
No.
Like their skin, like their nipple falls off because their skin's all
Like their
old.
vagina eats you.
I can only survive by eating.
I'm pretty
dick.
sure Elizabeth Berkley's vagina ate you anyway, so
What about Elizabeth
Okay.
Shue?
no.
A detective and his team must rescue 8 people trapped in a factory by a man known as Jigsaw.
Oh shit.
This film stars Donnie Wahlberg, Frankie G, and Tobin Bell.
Which one
5,
is this?
4, 3, 2, 1. TJ Steppins,
Saw 4.
Timmy C,
Just the original Saw.
It's not the original Saw.
Saw 2. No point.
Damn it.
Wow, those are some good looking fingernails.
Saw 1's where Carrie Elways was in the freezer and cut his foot off.
Carrie Underwood,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Gary Elways, John Elway.
Movie number 2, with a budget of $70 million.
They could have made 20 Saws for that.
Wild West. But it wouldn't have been as good though.
Our second movie this week grossed $58.7 million at the box office.
Ouch. Someone got fired.
This is an American science fiction action horror film.
Well, that's not usually a good combination.
Pick a subject, man. My God. It's like Nikita Lyons doing a taunt when she gets in the ring.
Stop it.
She's going to be fired soon because she is
Awful.
ass.
I hope she starts an OnlyFans.
She will immediately.
Would you get it?
No, but I would definitely pirate it from someone else. That got
I would look it up on Reddit. Is what it is.
Space Marines are sent to investigate strange events at a research facility on Mars, but find themselves at the mercy of genetically enhanced killing machines.
How did this movie not make any money?
This film stars The Rock,
What?
Carl Urban, and Rosamund Pike.
I have no idea what you're talking about. None. I don't have.
And Darren Staley says Final Destination on Mars.
It is. That's you got it. Yep.
Y'all don't be cheating and looking at the damn notes. 5, 3, 2,
You skipped 4.
4,
There it is.
1. TJ, go.
The Martian, but with knives.
JVC.
I did my best to draw a poop emoji because it sounds like that was flaming shit.
Doom.
I did my best to draw a poop. Nobody watched
All right, here we
that.
go, Sean. Let's see if you get this one, genius boy.
He is because he's a nerd.
He fucking nails the movies. We got it.
And
Like
that's why we love him.
the next time we do a Dave's Faves for something, I gotta have Sean just.
He's disqualified. Yes.
He's gonna be my co-host because
Yeah, he's got to be.
Because I just
Yeah.
gotta. If he's in it, just gotta give it to him.
Well, I'm bringing Darren Staley on to do music with me because we're going to do the best of blind singers.
When we do sports, I'm going to play with myself. Now, what's this?
Blind
movie?
singers, Ray
You don't-
Charles.
You ain't got to do sports to do that.
I prefer
Here we go with a budget of $35 million.
Well, this is more reasonable.
Our third film this week grossed $30.5 million at the box
Apparently not.
office.
It was a bad year for movies. Jesus.
Jeez.
This is an American sports drama film.
Okay.
Horror.
After suffering a career-ending knee injury, a former college football star aligns himself with one of the most renowned and touted sports gambling businesses. This film stars Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey, and Rene Russo's fine ass.
This doesn't sound bad, but I feel like I should know
It's
it.
actually a good movie.
I have no idea.
It's almost one of Dave's faves. Sean nailed it again, that bastard.
I have to turn. I'm wrong. I already know. I don't even know why I'm going to hold it up.
Timmy C.
Casino.
No, that was in like 1988.
It was not in 88.
TJ
That was Cocktail.
Stephens.
Any given Sunday, but with knives.
Two for the money.
Fantastic.
3 for the show. 1 to
So
get
who blew
ready.
his- was it Al Pacino that blew his knee out?
Was Al Pacino playing Ronnie Millsap in that movie?
Yes, Rene Russo is so fine.
Yeah, not at that point though. She was like finding Free Jack.
You know who's still fine?
Major
Elizabeth
League.
Shue. Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue still hot.
She's still hot.
Verified by the boys.
Yes.
Google it.
And her nipples.
Of course, now it's the boys is almost like 8 years in. So
Movie number D. No cheating, Timmy.
What-
I can see it in your glasses. On a budget of $50 million.
That's a lot. Are they making Martian movies with it?
42 million is what I'm going to say.
Our fourth film this week, TJ gets a point.
Next.
Our fourth film this week gets grossed $46.1 million at the box office.
He was low.
This is an American adventure thriller film.
Jumanji.
Write it down.
That was like
This film's
1995,
one
wasn't
of Dave's faves. 4 divers cross paths with drug smugglers in the Bahamas. This film stars Paul Walker, Jessica Alba, and Scott Kahn.
I think I know this one.
it? I don't.
God, this is the
Yeah.
shitty movie podcast. Jessica Alba in the Bahamas.
I've had those dreams.
Timmy C.
Was it Deep Blue?
Incorrect. TJ Steppins.
No, Deep Blue Sea was the movie with Morgan Freeman who gets eaten by a shark, or Samuel L. Jackson. The Little Mermaid, but with knives.
Into the Blue.
Into the Blue. The Little Mermaid. but with
And
knives.
I said, what about breakfast,
Breakfast
at
at
Jessica's?
Tiffany's. She said, what? Jessica. That's not how the song goes.
Breakfast at Tiffany's with knives?
Mm.
With
I think
butter
Blues Traveler
knives.
did. I think Blues Traveler did that one.
All right, our last movie this week. With a budget. Yeah, Sean Jones, exactly. Couldn't think of the title, just Alba in that blue bikini.
Into the Blue. He would have liked to have gone into the blue bikini.
Into the Brown.
With a budget of $3 million.
Holy
That's-
shit.
That's where we need to be according to these movies.
Our fifth film this week grossed $18.6 million at the
Whoa.
box office.
That guy
They
got
made
a
movies.
promotion.
They made money. He whoever's making these shit movies, he replaced them.
This is an American independent comedy film.
Don't like
Sweet.
that.
Seen it at the theaters. This film's one of Dave's faves.
Starring Chris Farley in a casket.
Young employees at Shenanigans Restaurant
Ah!
collect boredom and adulthood with their antics. This film stars Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, and Anna Faris.
This is one of Timmy's faves.
It's everyone's faves. It's
Love
so
this movie.
angry.
Timmy C, go.
By the way, extra points for punctuation. It's waiting.
Wait. Dot, dot,
Dot,
dot.
dot, dot.
TJ Steppins.
Oh, you want to do extra points for punctuation? How about you lick that butthole, buddy?
That movie is so good.
So
And if you've
good.
Ever worked in a fucking restaurant? So true.
Have you ever seen the next one?
No.
What was the next one?
They have a
Waiting
sequel.
to. Waiting to Electric Boogaloo.
It's still waiting or something like that. Still waiting.
Oh,
It's
yeah, that's
like
right. I heard about it. I didn't watch
It's
it.
terrible.
I did.
I
when
watched
used,
it on Plex, and it's god awful.
when I used to wait
Guaranteed.
tables at the casino I used to work at. Somebody actually asked me, like, "Hey, you know in the movie Waiting when they fuck with the people's food? Do you guys do that?" I said, "I would fucking strangle someone if I saw them do that to one of my customers' food." Just so you know,
No, but it was
No.
fun.
it was funny
So TJ wins 2-1.
with
Get my
knives.
clip.
Listen to him blurt out songs. Half the words are always wrong. Digs up hits that lost their flair. He's got no clue but doesn't care. One hit wonders. On repeat. Timmy C's voice ain't so sweet. Blabber on about yesterday's fame while we all just cringe in shame.
All right.
Miranda Lambert looks good, but the brunette with her on stage is hotter. I don't know who she is, but she's
Miranda
hot.
Lambert is funny because, like, I can see her 27 times, and 13 times I'm like, oh, she's really good looking. And 14 times I'm like, she looks like a midget fat person. I don't know what's going on.
Jelly Roll needs to put his grill back in. It was way cooler.
What? Anyway, let's get to some real good music.
Okay.
Not
I'm ready
yeah,
to sing.
Academy
2005.
Music. All right, October 2005. Song number 1. Clue number 1. This is the 4th single from this band's 7th studio album, American Idiot.
Green Day.
Green Day. I want to be an American.
Yeah.
To be fair, you both are. Clue number 2. This song was released as a single on June 13, 2005. It charted on several countries, including, and I want to hear you guys do this one, the Czech Republic.
Miklicik.
They used to make a shitty car, and I can't remember what it is anymore.
And Croatia.
Hugo.
Dino Raja.
Well,
Croatia?
reaching number 6 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Wrong, Darren Staley. Close though.
American Idiot.
Next clue: an accompanying music video filmed in Los Angeles was directed by some guy you don't give a shit about. It depicts a couple played by Jamie Bell and Evan Rachel Wood, who we all care about, that are split up after her boyfriend joins the United States Marine Corps during the Iraq War and leaves the fate of him to a division uncertain.
I don't like Michael Lane. He's a dick.
Final clue. Fuck you, Michael Lane. It
Wow.
could have been named Wake Me Up When October Begins.
Wake me up when September ends.
Summer has come and passed. Yes.
Why
Hot
did
take.
you
Green
stop?
Day sucks.
That's not a hot
Well,
take.
they're a
It's
one-hit
garbage.
wonder, so
That's a
it's
good.
fine.
What?
We're gonna buck the trend here for song number 2.
One hit
what,
per
what
album?
are we doing here? I have a tattoo of that album cover on my forearm.
Is it the hand with a grenade? I'm guessing.
No, that was
Perfect.
Dookie, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Dookie
had
was the
really good-
airplane flying over.
Alright.
Wait, when Timmy's done.
How do I kick him out of here?
You
Song
can't.
number 2.
This is
This song is
America.
actually from a 2-hit wonder. So we're bucking
Vanilla
the trend
Ice.
here, one-hit wonder.
Like on this album.
Go Ninja.
No, from the band.
Vanilla Ice, Go Ninja.
Clue number 2. This is the second single released from the band's 4th album, Getting Away with Murder.
I've also had Dookie on my forearm before. Ah! Ah! Oh,
Clue
I don't
number
know if we
3.
should've
There
showed
were
that.
2 different music videos for this song.
I'm Real by J-Lo. Cause I'm real.
Final clue: if you were to cut your life into pieces,
Last Resort, Papa Roach.
this is what would remain when it healed.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last
It is
resort.
not Last Resort.
Scar Tissue by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Nailed it.
Scars by Papa Roach.
I was close.
That's Last Resort.
If you
Dude.
cut your life into pieces and it heals, you get scars.
Band-Aids.
Surgery.
I tear my heart open. I sew myself shut.
I don't know this song, so sing
My
it to me.
weakness is I care too much.
Oh, I do know that song.
The scars remind me the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel.
I love that Timmy's one-hit wonders just turned into slam poetry. This
That
is
was
my
2
favorite
hit
thing.
wonders. All
That's
right,
my
last
favorite
song.
11-hit wonder.
Song number 3, clue number 1.
Wounder.
What the fuck is NXS doing in there?
Was that the clue?
Yeah,
Oh,
NXS. What we doing?
they shouldn't be in anything.
In 2005 in excess?
That's what I said. What we doing?
song's
Clue number
gotta
2. It
suck.
was released in September 2005 as the lead single from their 11th studio album, Switch, and their first with new Canadian lead singer JD Fortune, winner of Rockstar NXS competition.
2-hit wonder that had 3 hits on the debut album.
Papa Roach had 2 hits.
Good. That's good.
Last Resort and Scars. That's it. I don't know anything else by him.
I don't know
I
this
don't know
one.
anything by NXS. in
Clue number 4. This
2005.
was first released exclusively through iTunes on September 19, 2005.
All right, it's U2. It's U2.
Nope, it's NXS, not U2.
Don't like it.
Remember when U2 was just put on everybody's shit?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that
still
was-
have
that
that whole
was
album on my
rude.
phone.
I
was
deleted it
rude.
the fuck off.
Last clue: people that spend a lot of time at Caesar's Palace would probably be considered this.
Gamblers.
Suicidal.
Hmm?
Suicidal.
Gamblers.
Pretty Vegas.
Huh?
That was the name of the song. Pretty Vegas.
Man,
That's-
we're gonna cut your segment out of the show. It's
That-
now.
That song was pretty stupid. So I'm glad we.
Romans.
I hope your story's better than this.
Nah, probably not.
Timmy's been removed.
All right,
You were
Let's
voted off
talk-
the island.
let's talk good music, and I'm sure Sean Jones has a bunch of shit to say about this too. Hold on. That singer from NXS got left in an airport in Japan the day his contract expired. That is awesome. That's rock and roll right there.
Is that true?
Leave him in Japan? Fuck that guy.
Wake him up when he's in Japan.
Or don't. We don't care.
Let's
Fuck
talk
him.
good music. How about that?
Okay.
Here on October 4th, All the Right Reasons, the 5th studio album by Canadian rock band Nickelback is released.
Maple syrup.
Yes. I know you guys are thinking Nickelback gross. Well, fuck
Nickelback
you,
is
'cause
awesome. by the
Nickelback is
way.
awesome.
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 Dude. Oh wait, that's not Nickelback.
That's Star
My
Wars.
titties hurt
Why do your titties hurt?
because I worked out yesterday.
Oh.
That's weird. Okay. All right, Nickelback is
Look at this photograph.
All right, so everyone wants to shit on Nickelback. Thank you,
Nickelback's
Sean Jones.
awesome.
I am glad you're here.
I've seen them in concert and they're good.
I've seen them in concert twice.
I'd go
What
if
am I-
they came
oh.
back. I'd go. Let's see if I can get a bring Nickelback to Huntsville hashtag going on Twitter.
All right. This album was filled with bangers. Photograph, Animals, Far Away, If Everyone Cared, and Rockstar. So suck it.
I
Actually,
like
the song
Animals is a good
Rockstar,
song.
the song Rockstar is fitting because Chad Kroger never became a rock star, so it's good.
I'll take care of this.
He never what is all right, we're gonna come back to that, by the way. All right. So I understand it's cool to look back and be like, oh, Nickelback sucks. All they did was play rock. All right.
It's true.
No, their shit was awesome.
Nickelback was awesome.
Mm.
They
You keep
were
saying that.
literally the soundtrack for a generation. Your generation, in fact, TJ. Enjoy that.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Generation.
I'm
when
still
this
listening
came
to
out,
Disturbed.
the critics were not so up on it. Khalifa Sahina from the New York Times criticized the lyrical content of the album, referring to it as, quote, another brash but sullen CD with more of the worst rock lyrics ever recorded. That bitch graduated from Harvard University in 1997 with a degree in literature. What
Nerd.
does she know about rock and roll?
Also, Nickelback did a track with Dimebag. Run DMC did a track with Aerosmith. That doesn't make either one of them better.
She
Michael
went to
Jackson did a
Harvard.
track with
went to
that shitty guy
Harvard.
from the Beatles.
Harvard for literature. What does she know about rock and roll? Fuck her.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nerd.
Nothing.
Nerd.
All the Right Reasons was certified diamond by the recording industry of RIAA in March of 2017 and had sold
Pronounced Rhea.
7.96 million copies in the US as of December 2015. That's CDs, y'all. Making it one of the best-selling albums of all time in the US.
Cheeseburgers.
In the words of another Harvard outsider, how you like them apples? The album-
your pants around
your
feet.
Yeah. The album was the third straight #1 album for the band in their native Canada.
dirts on
Maple syrup.
knees.
It sold more than 60,000 copies in its first week, topping their previous #1 albums, Silver Side Up and The Long Road.
Why
It's a
you
three-peat.
looking up at me? You're like my favorite damn disease.
Photograph, Far Away, and Rockstar were all top 10 singles on the Hot 100, making Nickelback the first rock band of the 2000s to have 3 top 10 hits from the same album. Suck it.
Wow,
Nickelback's
the first
awesome.
the first band of the 2000s were in 2005. What an accomplishment.
That's halfway through the decade, motherfucker.
But you said the first rock band of the 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a millennium.
They had 5 years to get there.
Well, even still, we're only halfway through the decade.
The decade.
Someone was bound to the sunshine on every dog's ass once in a while.
I think we should, Timmy.
Who
See, I,
hurt you? That you
I
hate
think we
Nickelback?
should
Who
beat up.
hurt you?
We should beat up TJ.
TJ wants to annex Canada. That's what it is. He wants to make the 51st state.
I think that's the dumbest shit I've ever
Wants to
heard in
make
my life.
Nickelback a fine American band.
Actually, can I tell you guys a secret?
You like
Actually-
Nickelback.
I do. I'm just being the counterpoint in this conversation.
Everyone loves Nickelback.
Everyone likes Nickelback.
They don't want to. I want to be cool. I don't like Nickelback. Fuck off.
Leader of Men is my favorite song of Nickelback's.
Same. By the way, if you still aren't convinced, I would definitely check out their documentary on Netflix. Good bunch of Canadian heroes. I love them.
What's the song that was on Raw? Burn It to the Ground.
Yep, burn
Yeah.
it to the ground.
Yeah.
Not even on this album.
Yeah.
It was on, I believe, the next album.
All right. It's enough Nickelback. Let's go to some real entertainment news. All right. Everyone was a
Oh,
part of
Jesus.
this. October 5th. Although, for real this time, I was not into this. It was a phenomenon that we would be remiss if we didn't at least mention it. Because on this day, October 5th, 2005, was the day the Twilight vampire novel series by Stephanie Meyer is published. And yes, I'm going to do a whole story on it. And that was Timmy. That was good. Well done. This series was a vampiric fantasy novel that was their own.
This sounds like the beginning of Dave's phase where like they spent $700 million, it grossed $7.
Yes, and it was
All the whores watch this movie. What are you talking about?
it was a sci-fi action comedy horror sports film.
Sci-fi comedy action horror film.
It's centered around high school
Musical.
teenager Bella Swan. Her with her dad moved to Forks, Washington, and upon arriving at her new high school, she falls in love with a 104-year-old vampire by the name of Edward Cullen, who looks 18. Why he's 104 and not graduated yet is a pretty giant plot hole in the story.
Dumb. He was dumb.
Actually, my wife explained it to me because I told her I was doing this, and I still
He
don't
had been
care
an
enough to
eighth
watch it.
grader for 47 years.
Yeah. Why does this fucker keep coming back through? This book is told through the eye of Bella as she gets to experience the lives of vampires and later werewolves. Another plot hole. Once you find out that your high school is riddled with vampires and werewolves, why would you not ask your dad to move? Like can you take me somewhere
Yes,
where the students are going to try to eat me at some point? Now, let's move on to the
Is this
impact.
Teen Wolf 3.
Teen Wolf 3, that is correct, yes. Let's move on to the impact of the movie
But they're
series.
105, so it can't be Teen Wolf. Looks like Teen Wolf 3.
Teen Decadegarian. I don't know what 100-year-old is.
Octogenarian wolf.
Decadent.
Well, Oct is 8. That'd be in the 80s. There's
That's
been
the third time. So
right. There's been 5 books. Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn came out in back-to-back years from 05 to 08. Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined came out in 15, and Midnight Sun came out in 20. Breaking Dawn won the 2008 British Book Award for Children's Book of the Year, which is odd.
children.
And
There
more
were
on that.
120.
More on that in a minute. As of August of 2020, the series has sold over 160 million copies of the book series internationally and has been translated in 49 different languages. The first 4 Twilight books have broke the previous book's record for best-selling novels on the US Today best-selling books list, and the series has spent 235 combined weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. Then there's the movie franchise. There's been 5 books and 5 films. Twilight in 08, New Moon in 09. But it's kind of, it sounds like, and we'll get to that in a minute, that's kind of what they were going for.
That's funny. I was getting ready to say I would rather have 50 Shades of Grey tattooed on the inside of my eyelids than read this fucking book.
I read the first 50 Shades of Grey book because Jandy told me to.
Okay, well, I'll let you pass on that one.
And
New
then
Moon was a no.
And then I watched the movies. And then we
I
had
can't watch the
sex.
movie. So that's
We
odd.
had sex.
All
Well,
right,
I would
the
hope.
chick in that movie is not. No,
If you
In what
watched that
movie?
movie and didn't have sex, I'd be more concerned.
Yeah, we
I've
did.
never watched that movie, and
I
the
haven't
chick
either.
in it is gross looking.
Twilight in 08, New Moon in 09, Eclipse in 10, Breaking Dawn Part 1 in 11, and Part 2 is in 12. So in 5 straight years, they released a movie. Between the
Boring.
5 movies, their total combined budget was $401 million. However, they've accrued a staggering $3.346 billion at the box office. Not my thing again, but its impact is undeniable. Now, not all good news. The books were criticized for normalizing being in an emotional and physically abusive relationship. The sci-fi website IO9 has noted that Bella and Edward's relationship meets all 15 criteria set by the National Domestic Violence Hotline for being in an abusive relationship.
Not 14 out of 15. All 15.
all-
Well, that's what happens when you marry a vampire.
Well,
That's
it's
correct.
weird because number 15 is he a vampire?
Yeah. This is why Taylor Lautner got a pass, because he's a werewolf. Remember how I said this is won awards for being a children's book?
He only wants you that time of
Yeah.
the month.
That's correct.
By the way, it was
It's
followed
the-
up by 50 Shades of Grey the next 3 years as the children's book of the year.
Yes, that's true. Actually, is accurate. In 09, the Twilight series made up the number 5 position on the American Library Association's top 10 list of the most frequently challenged books over book rating for being sexually explicit and unsuited for its intended age group, kids. Personally, if you give me the choice to date a vampire or a werewolf, I pick Elvira every time.
I picked Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf.
Over Elvira?
Yeah.
You know how hairy his butthole's gonna be?
You know how hairy her vag is gonna be?
That's fine.
It was the 70s and 80s.
Worry about one spot as opposed to
TJ be
All of
flossing while he's muff diving.
TJ be like, this is longer than my beard.
we need to talk about your soap choice, but oh no, I'm in. I'm enjoying myself.
Hold on. If we can go Wolf, can we do Booth from Teen Wolf? Because I
Booth?
would
John
pick her.
Wilkes Booth.
No, Booth.
Oh,
Sugar Booth?
Shia LaBeouf.
Have y'all never seen Teen Wolf?
Booth Bonzer, Minnesota.
I haven't
Twins
seen it
legend.
since like 1986. I was
Booth,
5.
Booth was the hot one. She was the tomboy girl.
I don't know what we're doing right now.
Let's take a serious turn here. October 19th, the trial of Iraqi dictator / president / madman Saddam Hussein.
Nice.
We'll put emphasis on the dick from Tater.
Yeah, he's a dictator.
Tater.
And he hides.
He does. In
Captured by
Carefully, he
US
plays the worst hide and seek ever.
hidden a hole like a little bitch. You do all that shit and you hide like a little bitch.
bitch.
Captured by U.S. forces in December 2003, Saddam Hussein had remained in custody at Camp Cropper in Baghdad along with 11 senior Ba'athist officials. Particular attention was paid during the trial to activities and violent campaigns against the Kurds in the north during the Iran-Iraq war, against the Shiites in the south in 1991 and 99 to put down revolts, and in Dujal after a failed assassination attempt in July 1982 during the Iran-Iraq war. How long did that damn war go?
Oh, wow.
It was like 200 years. Yeah.
Saddam's only defense? He was unlawfully overthrown and was still the president of Iraq. The first trial began before the Iraqi Special Tribunal here in October of 2005. At this trial, Saddam and 7 other defendants were tried for crimes against humanity with regard to events that took place in Dujal by members of the Islamic Dawa Party. A second and separate trial began in October 2006, trying Saddam and 6 co-defendants for genocide during the Anfal military campaign against the Kurds in northern Iraq. In November 2006, Saddam Hussein was sentenced to death by hanging. And on December 30th, all she wrote, bud, he was done. That's how they need to do it in America. Why do they let them sit on death row for 20 plus years?
Because they
Give
get
him a
like
month.
11 appeals.
He had an appeal. In all, it's estimated that under Saddam's rule, around 290,000 people were disappeared and presumed killed.
Sounds like in Russia when you fall through a window.
More than 100,000 Kurds killed during the 87, 88, and fall campaign and the lead up to it. Between 50,000 and 70,000 Shia were arrested in the 80s and held indefinitely without charge, who still remain unaccounted for to this very day. An estimated 8,000 males of the Barzani clan removed from resettlement camps in Iraq, Kurdistan in 83. 10,000 more males separated from the Feely Kurdish families deported to Iran in the 80s. An estimated 50,000 opposition activists, including communists and other leftists, Kurds and other minorities, and out-of-favor Baathists arrested and disappeared in the 80s and 90s. Some 30,000 Iraqi Shia men rounded up after the abortive March 91 uprising and have not been heard from since. Hundreds of Shia clerics and their students in 91 have since disappeared, and several thousand Marsh Arabs have disappeared after being taken into custody. This guy was scum of the earth.
Absolutely.
Scum of the earth.
See, October of 2005, this would have been a year and 4 months after I joined the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
So this was, I heard about this every day.
So I was already back stateside when it was announced in December of 2003 that they had captured him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, the question always was, it took them almost 2 years to get to trial. And
Yes.
the people of Iraq were super scared. They, for one, never believed it that he wouldn't come back to power, so nobody would even say anything. That's how
Right.
much power he held over these people.
Well, he held it for 20 years. So,
And he was the president of Iraq and of the
Right, no,
Ba'athist
he was the
party.
dictator of Iraq.
He was of the Ba'athist party, which only held about 8% of the population. But he overruled. I mean, he won with 100% election because only Baathists were allowed to vote. And if you didn't vote for Saddam Hussein, guess what?
They took you out back and showed you where the polling station was.
Hey, can I
Yep.
show you this window real quick? The one thing I remember from this whole event cycle with Saddam, after he was captured and so on. Well, for one, them finding him in a hole. For one, remember that,
Which
vividly.
was funny. I loved watching them pull him out of a hole.
in a
Yeah.
foxhole in feces,
And he
but
looked like
also-
a old dirty homeless dude.
yes, but was the videos of the resident population taking over his mansions. That was the other thing I can remember vividly. And then taking the statues down and the whole nine. Like, it was, I don't think people realize anymore because it's been 20 years since.
Yes,
But I don't think how
20 years, in fact.
I don't think people remember like how big a deal that was, especially, and not even here, but in Iraq. That was a huge deal. I would put it.
I mean,
up
they were
with-
afraid because, one of the sons got killed early on.
right.
But they were always afraid that Saddam was coming back to power or one of his sons were. And
Like,
they
I
were
would-
crazier than him.
I would put it up there with the fall of the Berlin Wall as far as like global impact to a region.
Nah,
No,
totally different.
no, I understand they're different. I just meant as impact to the country. This was huge in Iraq.
To that country, yes,
yes,
absolutely.
that's what I mean.
And,
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to get down to it, how much has shit really changed over there?
I don't.
All it did was create a power vacuum that was quickly filled by someone that the United States thought would be good.
I never thought about this, Sean Jones. I think we had him in custody, then waited till we needed a media win, drugged him, and stuffed him in a hole where he was found.
And probably
Never thought of that.
See, 05,
could be
this-
like walking on the moon.
Because
This-
we for sure thought that he was gone. A lot of people didn't believe he was still in Iraq.
right. That's interesting. So this would have been just in the beginning of Bush's second term,
The trial,
right?
the election was in October.
The end of his
04.
first, the end of
Yeah.
his first term. That's interesting. I never even thought of that.
Me either.
The Ronnie Millsap shitty movie foreign policy. You're welcome, Darren. You get the entire spectrum here.
all that money, all that power could disappear anywhere, but he's hiding under the goat pin. See, that was the only weird thing, is everybody thought he was gone.
I
I
mean,
mean, he
if I
couldn't go
had
to
that money, I'd
Iran,
have
but
been
everybody
gone.
thought he was going to pop up in somewhere
I'd have been
else.
in Rio de Janeiro going, fuck you. No extradition. Have fun. Of course, someone was going to assassinate his ass.
Oh yeah,
That's the
Oh, yeah.
problem.
I mean,
he
yeah.
would go and get got one way or
and it's
another.
not like you could go with a whole plethora of bodyguards and shit. People are going to be like, "Oh, that's
Well, and as fucking ignorant as he was, he could have thought, "Hey, I'm gonna get back into power someday."
that's the only thing." Is like, I bet he stayed because he thought he was going to get back in power. He thought it was only a matter of time for the U.S. forces left, and then he'd just take back over.
Yep.
Because I mean, they do it right. They should have ended this shit in '91,
Mhm.
and they
Yeah,
didn't.
that was the problem.
I had an interesting conversation with somebody the other day at work about the events after 9/11 and how much of that was us invading Iraq specifically. How much was that W finishing off HW's unsettled business from his first term?
Well, honestly, the Osama bin Laden stuff would have been Reagan not finishing his stuff.
Well, I just meant the invasion itself, because
Ah.
And see,
invaded-
the only thing that's weird is so we did Afghanistan
right.
with Osama bin Laden. We did Iraq, and he said the three axis of evil was Iraq, Afghanistan, and North Korea.
Hmm.
How
We
come we
didn't
never
finish
did anything
North
with North
Korea.
Korea?
Right. Well, that dude scared the shit out of us.
There was a large
They have
Chinese
nothing there.
restaurant in
They have
LA.
nothing there.
But it's
He's
It-
got
it-
missiles. He launches missiles. You know those things like you jump on and push the air up. And
but it is an interesting thought, because I mean, in all fairness, with 9/11 they got me, right? Because that was the entire reason I joined the military. I was 16 when it happened. But
That's funny because that's the entire reason I went. Nope, I'm fucking out. Thank
I'm
you.
out. I know how
I
this
was
is going.
in. I was in and knew I was going to war. They
But-
told us on 9/11, get ready
Sure.
because you're fucking going.
Right.
My unit literally got sent to Iraq 6 months after I got out.
See, this is kind of like the prevailing thought, because looking back on it, of course, in the moment we're all about it, right? But looking back on it, we're like, well, why exactly did we go to? Like, no one's really ever explained why we went to Iraq and not Saudi Arabia, who we found out funded the whole thing.
And now we have a golf league with them. So
We
I
really
like that
love
better
that.
than
they have the
PGA
money.
Tour.
Guess what? Money will buy you out of a lot of things.
Hot take.
If Saddam
Live golf
had
is
had
better
more
than
money,
PGA golf.
huh?
Live golf is better than PGA golf.
I honestly don't understand the difference.
Live is only 54 holes, so it's only
the
3
same
days,
people.
and it's done a
Oh.
lot faster. I mean, I can't watch golf. It doesn't matter. So the only reason I think it's better is because it's just faster
Shorter.
to watch.
I think my point was more that had Saddam had more money, he probably could have bought us off too.
I just like
The Saudis have so much more money than Iraq, Iran, any of it.
Live
I
over
mean-
PGA, Michael Lane.
and again, like, if you've been watching this show for any length of time, although we have a lot of new subscribers on YouTube, hello, if this is the first time you're seeing us, like, we're all WWE fans, and yes, it pisses me off WWE goes to Saudi Arabia every year.
So I couldn't
haven't-
give a shit.
I do. I haven't forgotten 9/11. That shit pisses me off.
The reason why, though, is why I don't care is because I look at it as I don't look at it as the government. I look at it as they're giving the fans in Saudi Arabia a show to go to. So, like, my take is why punish people that didn't have anything to do with it?
But it's all
Because-
their families. I'm like, it's
Well,
not.
I mean,
like
the front
they
rows
sell
and shit
chicken.
is the front row is,
And
but
No, that whole arena.
man,
They-
you
they
pay me
do not
you pay
sell
me millions
tickets.
of dollars, dude. I'll go to Saudi Arabia and wrestle. No, I don't give a shit.
But what I'm saying is that's not for the people of Saudi Arabia. That is all the families of the government. Like,
there's a lot
That
of-
whole they don't sell tickets. Go to StubHub and try to buy tickets to Crown Royale or whatever.
Crown Royale, Crown Jewel.
You're
what
not going to
was-
find tickets. They
what
don't
was it?
sell tickets.
was it the greatest Royal Rumble or whatever was there? But I
Was that
I
the
don't know, man.
60-man Royal Rumble or whatever
I
it was?
think it was. And unfortunately for Shawn Michaels came out of retirement in one of the worst matches ever. But
That was in
I-
Australia, wasn't it?
no, that was Saudi.
Was it?
That was him and
Well,
Hunter
they
against
said it
Undertaker
was
Kane.
because they said they paid Shawn Michaels $3 million for that match.
Yeah,
You
Saudi
telling me
Arabia asked.
you wouldn't go wrestle in Saudi Arabia for $3 million?
But they wouldn't pay me $3 million.
Yeah, they would
to
not.
wrestle, so.
They'd pay me $3 million to leave. I'm like, okay.
All right,
I'd throw the worst working punch.
get out.
I'd throw real punches for that much.
But I think what kind of stung me too at the time about it was, they announced the Saudi Arabia deal. I think it was right after the Jamal Khashoggi thing happened. It's just like,
Yeah.
dude, what are we doing?
All right, keep this going. I'm gonna go pee.
That's the same thing Darren Staley just said.
I mean, it is what it is. Money talks, and that's the thing. is-
I don't listen.
and
I
just-
don't. I have a
and
personal.
you got to
qualm
take it
with
from WWE side. They're being severely overpaid to
Oh,
put
but,
on a glorified house show.
So I was just going to say I have a personal qualm with it, and that's
Yeah.
my opinion, and that's my
Now,
right.
if WWE was a private company,
Sure.
maybe they say no. But as a public company, you get run out by turning something like that down.
Right. But I was just going to say, I also understand WWE is a company and their number one priority is make money. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stupid. I
I
understand.
mean, I guarantee you, if Saudi Arabia were to tell the fucking NFL, like, hey, we'll pay you $1 billion, put a football game in here, guess what?
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, it's no different than the NBA getting paid buku bucks by China.
Yep.
And,
And
I
it's
mean,
and that's but granted we would probably send like the Browns and the Jaguars, but
yeah.
'cause
But I
that's-
mean, like it's what they just put a game in Brazil last year. We've had Germany, we have England. There's going to end up being an NFL game in Spain now.
Yep.
It's going to
They've been-
happen. They've done Mexico.
Let's say there was one in Mexico. I remember that. Have they done Canada?
I think the Bills have played in Canada.
That's what I thought too. That they played in Toronto.
I think they've played in Toronto.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of those things where these organizations, like as the CEO or whatever of these companies, if you turn down a deal like this, your board will get rid of you, buddy.
And that's the one thing I think with a lot of topics I think we as a country are struggling with, and I don't mean collectively, I mean as people, like there's just the state we're in, is people
Indiana?
shut up. Well, Indiana too, I guess. But when WWE announces like we're gonna go to Saudi Arabia 4 times next year, and people lose their shit, and like, can you believe they're doing this? Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I can.
Because the amount of money that they're going to be paid next year to put the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia is quadruple what they'd make in the United States.
Right.
Well, here's the thing too: is you can't put it all in a wrestling vacuum, because if AEW went to Saudi Arabia 4 times a year for $10 million, there's a segment of those fans that would just be like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever! Look at all the money they're making." Wrestling fans are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they're the worst, and they prove it all. They're this week. They've been just great on social media.
By the way,
Should we talk?
for Jade to find her OnlyFans?
Should we talk about WWE releases and how just absolutely reasonable everyone's been? Because AEW also had releases and no one said shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's the whole thing is people get released from jobs all the time. And then
It's a business.
yeah.
Yeah. That Sean Jones is exactly right. All
Yeah,
that.
and I mean, and look what he followed up with. And this is he hit the nail right on the head. They would be
I mean, he
stupid
has
not to go.
terrible capitalization, but yes.
But I mean, it's same like Live Golf. These guys left the PGA Tour to go to Live Golf to play less golf and make way more money.
Live Golf is WCW in 1996.
They're paying
You're
them.
seeing something similar right now in women's basketball with the 3-on-3 league that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
started against, that's paying more than the WNBA.
Yep.
The 3-on-3 league, they don't have to travel. They play in Miami, and they're paying more than the WNBA for far less games.
Darren Staley,
Um,
who's this girl on the American Country Music Academy thing? Because she's fine.
Police Academy,
American Country Music Academy.
American Gladiators. But like
Her name's Zap.
back to the WWE releases thing, there were so many. When AEW had like 3. One was that tag team, the Righteous Gemstones, whatever.
The
it was.
Righteous Brothers.
Yeah. And
By the way, have you guys watched the Righteous Gemstones?
yes, it's it's one of my favorite shows.
fucking. It's awesome.
I'm starting it tonight because
You
I just
should.
It
finished
is-
season 3 of.
By the way, just be prepared to
Rewatching.
see dicks. Because
I know. Sean's asking, is it part of Ice Cube's Big 3? I do know that Sean Jones, that Ice Cube offered Caitlin Clark
She did it, yes.
I
like
thought Ice
a couple
Cube's
$1 million
Big Three was
to
the
go
men's.
to
I
go
know.
to Big
I know
Three.
the one that's in Miami is it's run by John Skipper, who used to run ESPN, and then he ran Meadowlark Media. I'm not sure if Ice Cube's part of that one.
Kelsey
thought Ice Cube was the
Ballerini.
men's
I
one.
love her.
That's Kelsey Ballerini. My
So
daughter
anyway,
saw her in concert. Like
Did
a month
the
ago.
big, I would say the big news grabber from WWE, which for one, if you're bitching because Braun Strowman got released, are you serious?
right? It's the third time.
Are you kidding me? And also, I think the other news breaker was Dakota Kai getting released. I can't believe. Can you believe they released? Yes,
She breaks her leg every month.
she's great for 6 to 8 months, then she blows her knee out.
Same with Cora Jade.
Yeah, like yes,
I don't know
believe.
about her, but except her OnlyFans, I'm excited for that.
Darren Staley, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
What? In a half an hour, we talked about.
By the way,
Twilight,
that should be
Nickelback,
the
and Iraq.
tagline for our show.
Yeah.
We go from foreign policy to country music tits in 30 seconds.
In this show we just covered Nickelback, Twilight, and Saddam Hussein. So,
And Kelsey Ballerini's fine.
and here's another thing, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to.
Oh, here we go.
You read the releases, and again, I'm gonna focus on Braun Strowman, but for the opposite reason, I'll tell you.
Dude has made
no.
multi-millions of dollars.
I feel zero sympathy for Braun Strowman. That's not what I'm getting at.
no, he doesn't care.
He's happy. He's like, okay,
There was a report out
go, no.
today. There was a report out today that he's got like 15% paralysis in one of his legs,
I believe
Well,
that.
To be fair,
and he's having leg issues and stuff. And WWE released him, but they came to an agreement saying if we need you for a couple of months here and there, we'll bring you
Yes.
back, let you work, and then send you home again.
They're gonna do the under the Johnny
literally
agreement.
this past
Yeah.
weekend he posted a video, or not a video, pictures of where he sat and broke a picnic table.
But you get the whole list, and actually, it wasn't even the whole list. It was a partial list because people react immediately to shit before all the news is out.
No one was upset about the video producer that got released.
I don't. Sure. And
Well, tons of
They-
people are going to get released in the office because eventually they're going to move from Connecticut out to Vegas,
right,
And
And-
TKO is not going to pay multiple people to
Right.
do the same shit.
and people are like, "Oh, how convenient that they're releasing all the stars that have spoken up for LGBTQIA rights." And it's like, well, first of all, I circle back to Braun Strowman.
He
Which I
hates
know-
them.
I know
hates
he has
lesbians.
not. So let's chill out on that. But I what's funny is, and again, it's to me, it's where we are as a society, just as a whole. When for one, people are taking wrestling too fucking serious because this shit happens every offseason of every major sport in the world. Like it's not
And not only that, but every show they get rid of people. They make changes. Just regular TV shows.
yes. And also just because a group of not everything has to have a sinister message behind it.
Well, to
It
be
was just-
fair, I mean,
It was just
this should have gone away when Vince left.
yes.
Because I'm sure when Vince was there, a lot of it had sinister connotations. But
right.
now it's strictly business.
This is a company that has cut Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle in the past. And you
Brock
think they're
left
gonna
on his own.
who did?
Brock left on his own.
I thought they released him once.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, anyway. So but you think if they release all these stars, Edge and Christian and the Dudleys and all these people, that I'm gonna release an NXT star that hasn't been on TV yet because I don't like her politics. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, not everything has to have a message behind it. It's just what happens. It's life. They made a decision. And how cute they cut 8 women. They have 63 more.
Yeah.
They're making time for the ones they want to highlight.
I like somebody wrote that like they're supposed to have the Evolution pay-per-view in a couple months. They don't even have the bodies to fill it.
Yes, they do.
What are you watching?
Just on NXT they do.
Yeah.
All right, I want to dive more into Darren Staley running for state senate last year.
He did. He ran for state senate last year.
Did you win?
In my sister's home state of North Carolina. I don't think he'd be commenting.
He lost to Ronnie Millsap, is what I heard.
I don't think he'd be commenting the things he comments on our show if he won. But I applaud his effort for sure. But I mean, yeah, I don't know when we get over this thing in society where we stop. Everything has to have a deep, dark secret behind it. But I'm over it. I'm over it. Like it gets old after a while. And listen,
Yeah.
I'm a proponent. I would say all of us are. Efren is one of our best friends. But son of a bitch, like just let it go once in a while. It's not what it seems.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the same thing. Like,
And Justin, we forgot about. Can't forget Justin.
when I put something on Twitter every once in a while, I'll put it's okay to be friends with people that vote differently than you.
Yeah.
And it gets, I mean, just hundreds and hundreds of hits with people saying, "Oh, I'd never be friends with a fascist Nazi." Like, dude, not everybody is. I mean, it's not so cut and dry. Not everything is like about who you vote for. You vote for different things, not
Right.
people. Yes, there are weirdos out there that, oh my God, like I think people that worship Donald Trump are fucking weird.
Yeah.
I think people that worship Kamala Harris are fucking weird, or Barack
Yep.
Obama. If you worship a politician,
You're weird.
you're fucking weird.
Yes.
They don't know who you are. None of them
don't
on
care.
either side give two shits about you.
Correct.
And I mean, it doesn't matter in the Senate. I mean, like, you know what I do for a living.
Mhm.
We see government officials will come to, they don't give a shit about us. You're there to make them look good. That's it. And the only thing any of them are for is your vote.
Yep.
They'll tell
And
you
money.
anything
They're-
you can
they're
do to
there
get
for
your
money.
vote. So yeah. So I mean, and it's just like, it doesn't matter. You know, people that are literally obsessed with Donald Trump and get Trump tattoos and things like, you're fucking weird. You know, Bernie, like, because I saw a guy that had a Bernie Sanders tattoo, and I'm like, what are you thinking?
Right.
Why would you do that? Anybody
The-
on both
the Bernie-
sides, you're a
Bernie
moron.
bros. Yep.
So I mean, it's just but it's gotten to the point now where so many people truly believe you can't be friends with somebody different than you. I mean, my best friend in the world is gay.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you add Efren.
Why are
into
you
that,
gonna
he's-
out him like that?
Yeah, yeah.
I think
funny.
he-
I'm
It was
sorry.
so funny
He
when he
shouldn't have
told
done
me
that.
nothing was funnier than Justin when he told me he was gay. He was so nervous.
Wait a
to
minute.
come
he's
out.
your best friend?
My best friend, and he
What
told
are
me
TK and I.
y'all were like 47th.
Oh,
Okay.
at least we made the country. I guess we're in the top 50.
Efren's gay? Yeah, I know, right?
But Justin's there and he's so nervous. And I had stopped and got us McDonald's because he's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you. Let's do dinner." I was like, "Okay, I'll stop and get McDonald's."
That's
what,
a terrible dinner, by the way.
What am
Let's
I? I mean,
do
I'm
dinner.
I'm 20.
I'm gonna get McDonald's for your
I'm
coming out party.
22, 23 at the time.
Sure.
And he's like, "We've been best friends since like 8th grade." And I'm like, and I knew exactly where this story was going. Yep. He goes, "We're like brothers." Yep. He goes, "I got something to tell you." I'm like, "What's up, man?" "I'm gay." I go, "Yeah, no shit. Pass ketchup." I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, it kind of hurt me that he thought that I would care. You know what I mean? But this is also.
But to be fair, have you met you?
But I mean, I am. But see, I don't know. I
You're
mean, I'm
very
crazy, but-
brash.
I'm very brash. I'm crazy, but I mean, when you've been friends that long, I think so. If you've been friends as long as we have and have been best friends in the world, And if your best friend were to come out and say he's gay and you have a problem with that, you're a bad fucking person.
Well,
I agree.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, like when TJ told me in Indianapolis, I didn't care.
Yeah.
By the way, I told Timmy I was gay after he nuzzled up to me naked. That's what I told him. Like, oh,
Naked.
P.S.
With,
well, before you do
with
this.
a case of White Castles. Although I think he was just trying to get the White Castles.
No, I kicked you out of bed because you had the White Castles. I don't need you
But-
shitting on the sheets.
He said onions cause COVID. I'm not sure.
We call that a callback, folks.
Look at that. I'm the best asshole he's met.
I couldn't agree more.
But see, that's just the
I'm
thing.
not
It's
sure
like
how to take
it's
that.
it's all about being.
Is that Dave coming out now?
I'm more worried about, like, I don't care who people vote for. I'm more worried about associating myself with people that I think are good people.
Right.
And that's it. And I mean, and my definition of good might be a little different because I mean I have a side of crazy.
Mhm.
But like it's I mean, it is what it is. But if you how would you act if one of your children came out and said they were gay? Were you gonna disown them? Then you're a fucking horrible parent. You know, you have to do everything you can to support them, and whether they're your
Right.
best friend or your child or whatever. So I mean, it is what it is.
I'm still not sure on my oldest, so
I
we'll
was
figure it out.
I was horrified. I think it was just before Jack was born, because my dad is, let's see, he's 66 now, so he would have been 56 at the time.
Your
was
dad
just-
is 66.
Yes,
Jesus Christ!
just found out.
I'm almost as old as your dad.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, and he's been, you know, him and my mom got divorced in '94 when I was 9, and he's been a hardcore alcoholic. He smokes weed. He's done every drug under the sun. He's a mechanic. He's a biker. He's, you know, got a sailor's mouth, all this stuff, right? I was horrified of, you know, but I had to have to talk with him like, hey man, and honestly, this happened because I just had the conversation with another father in my life. I will not specify who it was. And he said, if I ever found out my grandson was gay, I'd drown him in a boat. And it took everything I had not to hit him. So I asked my dad, I'm like, dude, Dad, I have to know. Like what? And when we were pregnant with both kids, we never found out the gender until they were born. So we didn't know either one until they were born. And I said, I just have to know. He goes, what's up, son? And I remember he was in his garage working on his motorcycle. So what would you do if I had a son and he came out later in life, he was gay? And I was terrified of the answer. And he looked at me and he goes, is he happy? And I go, presumably, yes, he'd be happy. He's like, that's cool then. I'm like, whoa.
That's all that matters. I mean, I couldn't care less what anybody's sexual preference is.
No.
For one, it's none of my fucking business. So, I mean, people have different. You fall in love with a woman. Some people like big girls. Some people like skinny girls. Some people like athletic girls.
Gingers.
Some people like huge melon boobs. Some people like small
Go on.
petite shit.
No.
Keep talking about the huge melon boobs, please.
Yeah, go on with that. Let's go on with that.
Should I do it in ASMR?
Do you have pictures to go along with this? What
Some
we're
people
doing?
jack off to Ronnie Millsap.
So I mean, but
only,
it's just
only if there's a stranger in his house.
everybody's so
He sits on
damn
his hand.
everybody's so damn worried about, you know, oh my God, you voted for this, you voted for that. Who gives a shit? Like, I mean,
But-
my brother, I ain't watching that movie. The fucking liberals in it. I'm like, dude, everybody in Hollywood's a liberal. You just never gonna watch a movie.
The majority of them, yes.
Like, I mean, who gives a shit? I don't care.
But-
I don't watch your movie because I care about who you voted for.
Also, if you
The
told
three
me,
of us right here don't have the same political ideals.
No.
And guess what?
That's right. I voted
And-
for Kim Jong Un.
And guess what? It has never affected our relationship in any. You guys thought Justin and I had a fun little argument in the car one time,
yes,
and you guys thought for sure that we weren't going to be fuck friends anymore.
I did think that for a minute.
And the conversation was over, and we went right on to something else.
I voted for Donnelly, by the way.
But I mean, vote for Donnelly. Vote for Donnelly.
Vote for Donnelly.
Every vote counts. But it's so silly. And I mean, people, you can be friends. It's fine. Sean
Yes.
Jones and I have had many of political talks sitting together. And guess what? We're still friends.
I won't
Darren
talk
Staley and
politics with John Jones.
It's like, I do not give a shit. But guess what? I don't fucking worship any political
Yeah, that's asinine.
politician. Or, like, I'm not worshiping a politician.
No, it's
Washington.
Or Washington one. I'm not going to watch one either.
I'm not worshiping either, or Washington.
By the way, how the hell did we get a pope from Chicago? There's got to be some serious political money that transpired there.
Did you see the guy that made a $500 bet on him becoming Pope won $50,000?
Holy, yeah. No one thought they're like, no, we can't let an American in here. What are we doing?
I was just loving all the memes, like the Buc-ee's, the smoke's coming out of Buc-ee's, the brisket's ready.
My favorite was.
By the way, is that
Popeyes
the
and then
worst
Pope
way
No
to
was the other one.
mention anything?
Or all
But
the Pope memes I saw today.
Ridiculous.
By the way, Darren Staley, you're right. We are all in this together.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, are you friends with good people or not?
Right.
Who do you associate yourself with?
Well, and here's the thing too. Like all three of us have differing opinions on things, but we also have like a central avenue. I think all three of us drive on. And really, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, what is best for me and my family?
Yeah.
That's what we vote upon. That's what we care about. I could give a shit about all the extraneous things like, should we take over Greenland? And I'm sitting here going, the fuck are we talking about? Why?
What are we going to gain from taking over Greenland?
Like,
honestly?
and even like, I got infuriated today because I saw we passed a bill in the House to rename the Gulf of America. The fuck are we doing? Can we focus on shit that matters first, and then we
I don't care what we call that.
You know what's funny is, I'm from there, right?
You're
You know
from
what
the
we
Gulf
call
of America?
I'm from Tampa, Florida. You know what
Are
we
you-
call that? You know what we call that
Are you
body
a
of water?
Grande Americano?
You know what we call that body of water?
Huh.
The Gulf.
The Gulf, yeah.
The Gulf. Nobody calls it the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of nobody's ever going to call it that. It's going to be the Gulf. We're going out fishing in the Gulf. You want to go? Yeah.
We're going to interview Darren Staley one of these days on this show. Seems like it has like a fascinating story.
Can we talk to him about Ronnie Millsap? Because
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get anything else out of it. It's just gonna be an hour of Ronnie Millsap.
I hope so.
But
Just
see,
playing
Darren Staley here,
videos in the background.
Darren Staley here is what he's telling the people. And we can just tell people, you could fucking read it yourself. We're on YouTube only. But if only more people thought like that in the government.
Darren Staley, where are you from, by the way?
North Carolina.
North
I said that earlier.
Carolina.
Stupid. But like I heard a politician. I was actually
Literally
floored.
taking his shirt off and swinging it around like a helicopter.
Like Petey
I-
Pablo.
I heard a politician today on a podcast also to mention that, and it was a Republican saying he's in favor of term limits. Where the fuck have you been all this time? Let's start like there's no reason anyone should be a senator for 44 years
No.
ever.
Yeah.
No.
Ever. What are we talking about? And it's like we need and that's what's frustrating is the loudest people in government are usually the most worthless. They're the ones that get the most attention because they're the
Well,
loudest. There's
and
plenty of
it's
people
not
behind
a
the
party
scenes that are
thing,
getting shit
'cause-
done.
You look at fucking
I'm not
the
saying that at all.
Republican Party, and you have what's his name from Kentucky? I can't even think of his name.
Oh, shit.
Paul?
No,
No, the one that's been there forever.
he's a Mitch McConnell.
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell.
Yeah.
You have him, and on the other end, you have Nancy Pelosi,
Nancy
who's
Pelosi.
also been there for
Yeah,
150 years, pulling against each other, just making money all along. Fuck both
Yeah,
of them.
that's the whole
And-
thing. They're all making money.
And all three of us
They
can
can
agree.
all kiss my ass.
Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, both suck real bad. I wish they'd fuck off already.
But I mean, there's complete morons on both sides.
Oh, for
that,
sure.
You see something, you're like, Jesus.
It gets
God
worse
almighty.
in the house.
Yeah.
Like people that know they're not there for a long time, they're there for a good time. It's like they are the drunk in the bar. It's just I'm gonna get all this pork for my family, and it's
Yeah.
terrible.
It's really a shame. But I do think, and I've told people this, I do think one of the positives that's going to come out of this generation of governance is
I love Darren Staley now.
I love Darren Staley to death, and I do think what the result of this is going to be is I think we're going to get the fringe burnout, which I mean most reasonable people I would say were already there, but I think other people are going to be like, you know what, I'm kind of tired of these people just squawking fucking bullshit all the time. Like I kind of just want regular. Like I shouldn't know who my politicians in Indiana are. I shouldn't. Because if you're busy, you're too busy to say shit in the media that pisses everyone off.
No.
So I think we're going to get to that. I think it's going to take 15, 20 years to get there, but I do think we'll get there. And so that's one good thing, but it's, again, how much shit are they going to destroy on the way out is what concerns me.
Well, the biggest problem is you get the boomer generation, which could all be bought.
Timmy.
No. Then you get my generation, which
The
is like
boomer Esiason generation.
my generation is like, fuck it, I don't want to be involved. Just leave me out of it. And now you're getting this new generation coming in, and they're like, oh, there's money, and we're gonna bitch about everything. So there's no there's no justice between it. It's all just people bitching or people taking the money.
Well, a lot of this too has been amplified tenfold by social
media. Yeah.
And what people don't realize too is they're like, well, I've seen a lot of people saying this on Twitter. You see one person saying it 12 times. That's what you've seen.
Yeah.
They have
On
burners upon
12
burners.
different accounts.
Yeah. Anything else we want to discuss before we sign off?
I just
I'll
have
check-
one thing.
Please.
Oh, here we go.
Joke of the week. What do you call a sleepwalking nun? Roman Catholic.
What?
I was thinking virgin. Something
Roman Catholic style.
virgin.
Just quit.
I love
Two shows, one cup, that's where we'll be. With Drunken Pop, that's DJ Dave and Timmy C. Pondwater and Amy, join the clatter. Talking about things that truly do matter. Amy's insight, Pondwater's wit. Drunken Pop keeps talking that shiznit. Watch-alongs and talks all night. Every episode feels just right. We've got the banter, the random flair. Inside jokes flying everywhere. From expert